Blue fragrances are hyper popular for one simple reason, and it is the fact that you can just have one of them and you don't need any other fragrance in your collection, essentially. Casually hanging with your friends, no problem. Business meetings, no problem. Weddings, you get the point. These blue fragrances fit anywhere, anytime, any occasion, any situation. And obviously, once you have one of them, you just don't want to change it because they pull compliments like, I mean, you all know what Sauvage does, right? The first one I'm going to talk to you about is the Bleu de Chanel. This is the Eau de Parfum. The original is considered like the father of this style, or the OG blue fragrance, obviously. And that is true, but to me, the best iteration was always the EDP. This one, oh man, it is so good. Yes, it has that Bleu de Chanel appeal to it. It's a little bit more grown up. What I like about this fragrance a lot, however, is the fact that I get a very prominent melon note. I mean, it is listed as a note, but to me, it's very, very prominent, especially in the opening. It has a bunch of notes. It has citrus, ginger, mint, amber. It has some kind of like a clashiness to it, like most of the Chanel fragrances. And to me, from the line, this is the one to go. It is still youthful. It's still like compliment pooling, very interesting. It's not very dense, but at the same time, it is not, weak, or it's not very subtle like the Parfum. I think if you want a blue fragrance in the classiest kind of iteration, or in the classiest kind of style, stick with Bleu de Chanel EDP. One thing about the fragrance that actually bothers me is that, actually two things, is the fact that it's expensive. But I mean, that's expected. It's a Chanel. That's no issue for many people. But what I really don't like is the performance. If I spray it on my hand, at least on my hand, like after 30 minutes of projection, yeah, it projects, yes, people can pick it up, like maybe arm length, like it gives you like a nice bubble, but it just vanishes. Like after 2 hours, I can barely smell it. And this is not something you would want from your fragrance. So great scent and very iconic, classic. Yes, I get it. To me, the performance is a big issue. I don't know, like if other people also have this issue, maybe for you is no problem. But I mean, I don't get what I paid for. So you'll be the judge here. Again, if you're just trying to get into fragrances, get into collecting, and you want to experience that Bleu de Chanel DNA in the purest form and the best form, I would say, this is the way to go. But be careful, and don't get your hopes up in terms of performance. At least my experience, nah, not enough. But very classy, very, very clean shower jelly, exactly like the, how say it, like the quintessential blue fragrance, if you will. Very, very, very interesting fragrance. And yeah, the OG, but in the EDP concentration. Let's go from one very classy to something that is a little bit youthful. This is K from Dolce & Gabbana. This is the first one that came, I believe it came out in 2018. This is a blue fragrance from the house to, be in competition with all the other big boys. And it does pretty well. I mean, when it first came, a lot of people didn't really like it. They were like, yeah, we get it. It's like mass appealing, but it's not very interesting. And I find it very interesting. It has the quintessential blue fragrance, kind of like a DNA. It's shower jelly. It's very fresh. However, it comes with a huge blast of citrus. You can definitely see the overload of citrus. It has blood orange up top and some other citruses. Like, it doesn't give you the exact note breakdown, but the blood orange is, oh man, very interesting. It also has that masculine edge. It has pepper, and it has lavender, like in the mid. You can pick those up pretty early as well. And very quickly, it goes into this very fresh, woody backbone with, like cedar, vetiver. It doesn't have anything aggressive. There is no aggression here. There is no how to say, like, boldness. So that's why I say, like, it's very youthful. Still a huge compliment puller. And honestly, from the dent in this bottle, you can tell that I'm a very, very big fan of this scent, just because it's so easy to pull off. You don't even have to think about it. Like, you just grab it, spray it, and done. You good. So I would say, like, if you're just getting into fragrances or if you're a beginner, definitely give this one a shot. I have tried all the other ones from the line. I've tried the EDP and the Parfum. I'm not a fan, honestly. I like this one the best, and nothing from the line has changed my opinion. Um, Maybe in the future, we'll see. But for now, I'll stick with this one, Dolce Gabbana K EDT. Very, very nice. Citrus bomb. If blue fragrances were a team, this would be the captain of that team. Let's talk about Sauvage and get it out of the way. This thing, look, yeah, I talk to a lot of people about fragrances, friends, namely people I associate with, and people who are not into fragrances, or they have, like, very limited knowledge. When they smell this for the first time, whew, they are in a different realm. They are like, it's like a new experience, just like opens their eyes to something that can exist in the world. This is an older bottle. Uh, Let me talk about performance first. Very, very good for me. Huge, monstrous performance, fills up a room pretty easily. I have no issues regarding the performance of this fragrance. However, many people talk about the performance as in, like, the latest batches not as good. I don't know about that. Now, this one is about two things: ambroxan and pepper, with some citrus sprinkle on top. But honestly, the whole thing, the whole package is just aggressive pepper. Ambroxan has, like, different kinds of pepper: pink pepper, normal pepper, as in the pepper. I think it's black pepper. The note. It has Sichuan pepper. It has lavender, and it has some kind of like a woody backbone. Again, it has vetiver, but the whole thing stands on like an ocean of ambroxan, which makes the whole fragrance, oh man. Plus, it comes with the Dior atomizer. I mean, like, come on, what else you want? Uh, Probably, you've seen and you've smelled this fragrance a lot, if especially if you're into fragrance. Definitely, it's hyper popular. People say, like, unfaithful men smell like this, like the cheaters smell like this. I mean, I'm not big into, like, surveys or whatever, but yeah, seems accurate actually. uh I mean, has that effect on people. So yeah, Sauvage, EDT, the original, I think. Yes, of course, all the fragrances from this line are fantastic. They're great, great fragrances. But to me, just because it's the OG and it has, like, the loudest performance, if you're just getting into fragrances, you you have to have this one. I mean, like, you got to, right? It's okay. It's not like a um, the shining star it used to be in the past, but still, man, absolute icon, classic. I love this fragrance to this day. I don't care what people say. People say it's played out, it's outdated, whatever. I don't care. I love Sauvage. Been here, will be here, and soon probably I'll need, like, a new bottle. But till then, it's great. Dior Sauvage, Captain Blue. Let's go from a blue fragrance that I absolutely love to a blue fragrance that I absolutely hate. This is the Y EDP. It's the most popular from the Y line, but it's dusty. I don't know if you can see it on camera. I do not pick up this bottle at all. I just picked it up for the video. I hate this thing so much. Now, I know, like, it has its own fans and it has, like, a cult following. Probably, I don't know, but I just don't like this fragrance at all. It was a blind buy. Like, if I smelled it, I would never buy it. And there's one reason for that. Yep. Oh God. It has this apple up top. It's a green apple. No, I'm assuming. It's so synthetic and it's so repulsive to my nose, at least. It is like, if this fragrance was not a YSL, okay, you can give it a pass. It's pleasant enough, whatever. But you pay YSL money and you get this kind of synthetic apple up top. It's like it costs like $10. It is like that to me at least. And yeah, however, yes, it does what blue fragrances do. It pulls compliments. It smells clean, fresh. It has good performance, very good. And I have tried to wear it. You know, I've tried. I still cannot come to terms with the fact that it costs that much. It has amberwood, which is essentially ambroxan, so it's trying to imitate that Sauvage kind of a DNA. It fails in my eyes. Just no. But if you let them stay and like compare them side by side for you know like a while, you can understand that yes, it has some kind of a similarity to that. However, I don't like it. If you're buying it and you love it, great for you. I didn't like it. And I give you like a heads up because some people would just go for a blind buy because this is very popular. It has so many iterations. I have smelled most of them, but I still believe this is the most popular from like maybe Le Parfum is a little bit more, but I have this one. And since I got this one, I didn't get any other of them. Now, since I got this one, and it was a huge disappointment for me, I really didn't bother. I just didn't buy any of the other ones. But if you're into the Y line, let me know what you think, and don't kill me. It's like a personal opinion, it's subjective, and I am not a big fan of this DNA or this fragrance at all. But still, pulls compliments, and if you have one, then just go crazy on it. The performance is great. Let's go to something that is super affordable, but it is very, very interesting at the same time. This is the Icon from Antonio Banderas. This one is very similar to Dior Sauvage, but it has less aggressiveness. It has a little bit more of that shower jelly, pleasant vibe. But up top, the notes pretty similar. It has pepper and citrus up top. It has lavender. It has oak moss and some kind of like a sandalwood as the backbone. This fragrance is great. It does the job of, like any blue fragrance, just, does a decent job. It's not, of course, as like as fantastic as some of the other ones, but it is good for the price, especially. It does lean towards like a little bit more aggressive style of these. It's not as classy, but it can pull compliments. The performance is meh. It's not perfect. It's not terrible, but it's not perfect. And you have to pay attention to so many other details about this fragrance. Namely, the Icon line is very underrated. All of them are very interesting, so check them out if you have not. But this one is the blue of the bunch and has its place on the list. If you want something affordable, does the job of a blue fragrance, but on the cheap, very cheap actually. You can just throw it everywhere in a gym bag, you can just put it in your drawer, the office, and just apply. Great fragrance. Yes, the quality, the build quality, the cap, very cheap, whatever. The atomizer is decent. And the smell is even better. Icon, great. I would say like, money wise, bang for your buck. This is towards the top of the list. Fantastic creation. Let's go to another very interesting find of mine. This is Faconnable Riviera. This is supposed to imitate Bleu de Chanel, and it does in so many ways. However, it has its own character. It's not like a direct clone or a copy. It has that, classiness to it. So it is, yes, it's a classy fragrance, namely in the style of Bleu de Chanel. It is a blue fragrance, but it has some notes that make it a little bit more interesting. Namely, it has incense and gaiac wood. It has a little bit more density to it. It's a little heavier and it's a little bit harder to pull off. Namely the blue fragrances, just anyone can pull them off, but this one is a little bit more dressed up. I feel like, if especially like, in a meeting or like an interview or something, this would get the job done. very nicely. This brand as a whole is very, very underrated as well. This is a very nice creation if you want a blue fragrance on the cheap, but also you want the classiness and density and something that has its own character. Definitely check Riviera out. It's an EDP concentration. It has no other iterations, but man, it is so good. Ugh, woo, crazy business for the price. Cannot go wrong with it. I love this thing a lot. Yeah, Riviera, Fashionable. Last but not least, let's talk about this masterpiece from Versace. This is Dylan Blue. I love this fragrance a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. So, first of all, it has that ambroxany nature. It has that, oh man, it is like a shower gel mixed in some very, very expensive flavors of fruits, and then it has that smoky incensey kind of a vibe to it. uh it's my second favorite in all this lineup, probably just right after Sauvage, but man, it's so good, and it is very underrated. It's cheaper than most of them, it performs better than most of them, and a lot of people are still sleeping on this one. I don't see it as hyped as it used to be. I don't know, maybe blue fragrances are coming to an end, but to me, they are all timeless scents, and they just do a fantastic job. So if you are on the fence, you want something that ticks all the boxes. So if you're on the fence and you want something that checks all the boxes, and like it has good performance, has fantastic smell, great compliment factor, and like huge projection, Dylan Blue will get that job done for you. Crazy creation. I love this thing so much. All right, ahead. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and see you in the next one.